Aloha. So we've got
Cody?
some exciting announcements. Caleb, if you'll get us started.
Well, we want to take just a few minutes to invite everybody into our live show, and we're glad that you're here with us. Cody has some things that he wants to announce and talk about. We've got Brother Brett Moore here with us today, and we're glad to have him joining us all the way from Oklahoma. And we're glad to have you with us, Brett.
Thank you. It's great to be here, Caleb.
Very good. Cody, you take it away for us.
So for those of you who are familiar with Little Mountain Ministry Camp, if you've had a chance to be with us in Winchester, Tennessee, then you already know me and Caleb. You've probably got to meet Brett at some point, and you've been involved to know what this is all about and what camp's purpose is and what we do. All the different logos that are on the screen, knowing that right down at the bottom, Little Mountain Ministry Camp, that's in Winchester. The Thrive Conference in the bottom corner is a conference that is designed to financially support as well as to spiritually help grow anyone who attends that camp or has interest in it, as well as to help the church along the way. And then you got up here in this corner, the Project Unify logo. That's the disaster relief. Little Mountain Ministry Camp spends a lot of time teaching and training young men, older men, and women of all ages how to use their talents to evangelize more thoroughly, which makes the evangelism through disaster relief even more effective. So these are three ministries that kind of go hand in hand. And one thing that we're extremely excited about is seeing how much each one of them grows and seeing how much we see people in the brotherhood that want to be involved, that have a desire to get more involved. So one of the most exciting things is knowing that for the past 2 years, we've been out of room in Winchester, Tennessee. We don't have enough beds for everybody at camp. And we've been trying to decide, hey, what are we going to do to fix that problem? How are we going to solve that issue so that more men and women in their own individual weeks get the opportunity to have that ministry training? And so one of those answers is we have decided to begin another week of the Little Mountain Ministry Camp, and it will be at a satellite campus in Oklahoma. And that's where Brother Brett Moore comes in. He's been kind of the hands and feet in that area to make sure this is a possibility. Brett, if you'll tell us a little bit about the congregation you're involved in and how they're going to be involved, as well as what got you interested in Little Mountain and what the desire is to have this come to Oklahoma.
Okay, thank you, Cody. Well, Brother Willie Franklin and me, if you know me, you probably know Willie because we run around together a lot, do a lot of work together. We decided to come to the Edmond area a few years ago. I moved here and Willie was out in Alabama in the Decatur area one time working. And he called me and said, Brett, you've got to come out and meet this guy, Cody Michael, who has started this Project Unify. This is what we're wanting to do to try to bring the churches, the congregations together in the Edmond and Oklahoma City area. So I went out and met Cody, looked at his equipment and everything, and decided that this would be good to bring to Oklahoma. Which we have done. We brought Project Unify out here. We've been doing it for about a year now, starting to get connected with some other congregations and doing some good work. In the meantime, I was invited to come out to the Little Mountain Ministry Camp the year before last. I went there to Winchester, spent the week there with all these brothers, and just thought, wow, this is amazing. I want to bring this to the Oklahoma area. We went back. I took a few guys with me this past summer. Once again, it's just it's an amazing camp, and I don't just say that. It's for men of all ages, of all different abilities. We have some young men there, 9, 10 years old, and some, I guess, Brother Glenn's in his 80s. Had some elders there, deacons, youth ministers. Just an amazing camp. So I told Cody, I said, Cody, I don't want to just bring Project Unify to Oklahoma. I want to bring Little Mountain Ministry Camp because it's just, 2 days travel from Oklahoma is just a little bit too much to expect people to do and then spend a week there. So I worship with the Waterloo Road congregation in Edmond, Oklahoma. We've got a group of great elders that I've visited with, and they've decided that they're going to let us bring this camp to Edmond, to this area. Right now, this year, we're just going to have it in the building. Cody's going to be bringing up some bunk beds, I guess tomorrow, Thursday. We're going to store them because the camp's planned in July. But I really I'm not too sure about the numbers yet. So the elders have agreed just to let us have it there in the building, and hopefully we can build a campfire outside and make it as much like Little Mountain. I'm looking now for some ways that some things that we can do other than, just study the whole time, where we can get out and do some. I know out in Tennessee, we do some kayaking. Probably not much of that around here, but we'll figure something out. But anyway, I'm just so excited.
You can go snake handling out there, rattlesnake.
Yes, we can go to some rattlesnake roundup, something like that. But anyway, it's just we're really excited about it. This is going to help. Going to have some literature we're going to print out when Cody gets here tomorrow, and be able to have some literature we can hand out for the Oklahoma division of this. I'm fired up. We got some great speakers coming. I've been trying to tell some of the men of the Waterloo congregation about kind of what the plans are as far as just developing the skills that whatever your skills may be, we can develop that and help you to have more confidence and bring that out for kingdom work. That's what this is all about. So ministry is more than just getting up in the pulpit and preaching. It's about finding out what your skills are, being challenged with those skills. And that's what this camp, one of the things I love so much about this camp is the hands-on work and how individuals are put in situations where they actually have to go in and do some of the work, try to convert some people that are, pretending to be of a denomination or having struggles or whatever. And it's just, it's different from any camp I've ever been to. And I'm just excited to have it coming to Edmond.
I think it's going to be fantastic. Extremely fired up to be able to have that opportunity. And just to know that, knowing there's a central place in the country that the camp's going to be, there's a place towards the East Coast that it's going to be. I mean, there's really, as of right now, not a whole lot of areas that we can't reach. We've had guys come, literally all the way across the country to be part of the Tennessee version of the camp. But knowing that we've had to turn people away and now we have a place to send them with the Oklahoma week is just exciting and incredible. Caleb, I'm going to ask you, if you don't mind, kind of account what's the important thing about camp? What does it look like while you're there? What do we do so that way people can know, hey, if they want to know what the Oklahoma week's going to look like, it's pretty much going to be the brother or sister, so to speak, of the one in Tennessee. So what does Tennessee look like?
So we start pretty early in the morning and go hard at it all day long with men's classes and young men's classes, usually split up. And we have guys that are just extremely well qualified for helping to instruct and to teach. And some of the classes are group discussions. Some of them are more sort of lectureship based of kind of, here's some information I think you need to know, but all of them are very instructional in helping us to grow in whatever aspect of ministry that we find ourselves involved in. And really, as the term minister really just means servant, we all should be working towards finding our areas of ministry. And so I think that's what's really important about Little Mountain and everything that's coming out of this is that everyone has an area that they can serve in, and everybody has talents and abilities, and they're all different. And you may be comfortable speaking in front of people, or you may not have any experience or any desire to speak in front of people. But all of us need to be working toward the Great Commission, which is to go into all the world and preach the gospel. And how that looks is different based on the person. And so, we have these classes during the day. We have fun built into the schedule, which I think is important, that we learn to really have fun as Christians. Sometimes people get the idea that ministry is very rigid and, it's just behind a pulpit, and ministry is so much more than that. And, even as a preacher, I can tell you firsthand, preaching is so much more than that. That's the public face of what preaching is, but that's only a few hours out of the week compared to the many hours that you spend in interactions with people. And so that's one of the things I think that is really important about ministry camp is learning the personal skills and the challenging situations. As Brett mentioned, in the evenings we do something called Word Flow, which is where we have various challenges that, depending on the person that comes up with what the practical experience is going to be. It could be anything from going into making a visit to somebody that's pretending, and you never know. You have to figure out what their reasoning is for not coming to church services, or maybe you get a little bio ahead of time, and okay, here's what their hang up is, and how should we approach this. But it's always something designed toward getting our mind working and prepared for really any situation. And I can tell you that in ministry, you definitely will face some off the wall things that you never thought you would prepare for. There's a baptism class that we go do, and where you're just practically teaching someone how do you go about doing a baptism, and a lot of things that people don't think about until they get into the situation, and sometimes into the water, and they're like, what do I say? And if you can kind of work through these things and have those experiences ahead of time, it just prepares you and makes it a little bit easier to go through those things. Kelvin says word flow is 100 there. But
that makes things so real. Like, it's not just a conversation. You got to be real, and you got to face real things that are struggles.
That's right.
Yeah, and I think what always impresses me, because my teenagers are not interested in pulpit work, but word flow and things like that, they jump right in on. I think it was Robert Tips that had the sell me a packet of salt or sugar or whatever it was. It's stuff that I mean, it's practical in every area of life, to be able to think on your feet and think critically, and be able to kind of react in a under stress situation. But there's just so many good things that come from spending a week of intensive training and bonding, and you end up with relationships that go far beyond just the week of camp, and become sort of a network of confidants and men that you can count on and go to. And one thing that you didn't mention, Cody, but we also have Camp Moriah, that is a week for girls as well, and all these different areas that just kind of go back to the need within the church. We need to encourage every age of individual to find their talents and abilities and use them for the Lord. And just so thankful for, I got started coming to Little Mountain Ministry Camp a number of years ago because I have 5 kids and I needed a cheap camp to go to, and it was free. But out of that has come so many more things, and Cody has gotten me involved in so many more things. But no, I appreciate all your ideas and all the things that you do for the kingdom.
One of the things I wanted to mention too, Caleb, since you brought that up, is some of our ladies. I know my wife and daughters who worship here in Edmond as well at Waterloo Road are hopefully going to make it out to Camp Moriah next summer and see how that goes. So following, Lord willing, the next summer, they'll be able to bring Camp Moriah here to Edmond as well. So
that's awesome.
We're excited about that too.
Very good.
That'd be fantastic. I want to make a couple final quick points. Just to clarify all the ministries that are on this page that you can see the logos of. The Thrive Conference, if you're able to come to that, that's in Decatur, Alabama. It is the last weekend of April every single year. For every person that attends the Thrive Conference in person, Decatur Church of Christ donates $25 per person to the Little Mountain Ministry Camp and Camp Moriah. So in order to keep these ministries as something that is freely available to anyone who wants to attend, being able to participate as a ministry supports a ministry, that's an opportunity to make sure that these camps stay free and that you don't have to pay for anybody to go. So especially as we start the Oklahoma week, if you're on Facebook, look up the Thrive Conference. If you're on littlemountainministries.com, just keep up on there as well, because we've got the schedule that we're fixing to announce. We've announced who all of our speakers are. And we've got some really cool news fixing to be announced about the Thrive Conference and how it's going to be expanded to be a full weekend rather than just a 2-day thing. So if you've got the chance to check out Thrive, please try your best to be able to attend there. It's going to be an incredible weekend. To Project Unify, we are thankful that Unify has all the equipment they do. As Brett said a minute ago, I'm going to be bringing the beds and some materials and some things for the camp to Oklahoma. Tomorrow, Project Unify is going to be delivering those things. So we're using the trucks, the trailers, all the equipment that we have that are available for another ministry to support a ministry as we work all these things together. So when ministries support ministries, the kingdom is stronger. And we've got so many opportunities to do so. A lot of good things we're going to be announcing. Any final thoughts that you guys want to share before we go?
I just thought I'd mention, Cody, that we've got some great speakers. A lot of the same speakers that are going to be in Winchester this year have agreed to come out to Oklahoma already. Brother Cody's going to be one of our speakers. Willie Franklin, Preston Boyles, who I met last year that I'm excited about. He's from Northeast Texas. He'll be there. And then Brad Harrop has agreed to come. Just some fantastic. It's going to be some great classes, some great speakers. We are going to have a gospel meeting each night of that week with different speakers each night. It's going to be July 23rd through the 29th is the dates that we've got scheduled. As Caleb mentioned a while ago, it's free. That's kind of an overload on the Thrive Conference and with the Decatur congregation right now. So the elders have generously agreed to pay for this first year. So we're excited about that. It's they're wanting more information on it. So we thought this would help along with the tracks that we'll be handing out soon. So just excited. And I just thank you guys for all the work you've done in Winchester and for allowing this opportunity to come out here to Oklahoma. We can't wait to get going with it.
It's going to be fantastic. Caleb, you got anything before we go?
You might want to take just a minute to plug the hurricane that's coming. What were you doing right before this? Were you on TV?
Oh boy, yeah. News Channel 19 came down and talked to us. We're getting ready to go with Project Unify. So I'm going to leave tomorrow morning. I'm going to get to go to Harding University and hang out with my son for a little while in Searcy, Arkansas at Harding University. And then I'm going to go from there to Edmond, Oklahoma, deliver these beds. Then on Friday, I'm going to come back to Alabama, load up all of our equipment with Project Unify. And we've got a group of guys that are going to be leaving on Sunday after worship. We're going to have a chance to eat lunch with our families. And then after lunch, we're heading to Florida. We are going to try to help some folks that have been through those disasters. We're going to use the evangelism that Little Mountain trains us in, that teaches us that make it effective, make it real, not just a ministry or a faith that we talk about, but a faith with works. And so we're going to go and try to serve people and set up some Bible studies as we go. Eric Cheney, we just got done helping Kentucky after their flooding. Eric Cheney on Sunday is on his way to Hazard Village in Kentucky. He's leading a gospel meeting through Project Unify. He's been one of our Little Mountain Ministry Camp guys for quite a while now. He's going to use a lot of his talents and resources to lead the first ever Project Unify gospel meeting in Hazard Village, Kentucky. So that's exciting that they're going to be doing that the week that we're going to Florida to try to continue that work. It just shows you how much this is about evangelism, that it's not about a physical effort. It's about men and learning how to lead the way God intended us to, with him at the helm. And so when we talk about everything that we're going to do, keep in prayers all those that are going to be facing this hurricane coming up on Thursday and Friday, because there's already been a lot of damage from it. There's already been deaths from it. We need to keep those folks in prayer, and whatever God's blessed us with, we're going to try to bless others with. And so just seeing that opportunity is a big one. So thanks for mentioning.
I hadn't got back with you yet, but I plan on going back home with you Friday or Thursday, and then I'll go to Florida with you guys, and then probably fly home when we get through. I wanted to kind of put that plug in there for the Waterloo gang that sees this video.
Our Florida effort just grew.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'll be going out.
Actually, here's the cool thing, just to show you the connection. Every single guy so far, that means there's 5 of us going to Florida on Sunday. All 5 of us are Little Mountain Ministry Camp guys. Mm-hmm. Every one of us has been trained in the evangelism that Little Mountain teaches. So when we go, we know what our purpose is. And these ministries are full circle. Thrive helps fund it. Project Unify helps make it real to give you an opportunity to use your talents. Little Mountain trains you in how to do it. It's fantastic. But That's 20 minutes of us talking. I know we could talk all day, but people don't want to listen all day. So hopefully that lays out the basis. If you've got questions, email us. You can email littlemountain710@gmail.com, or you can email projectunify07@gmail.com. Either one of those two. We'd love to talk to you, or you can message us on our Facebook page. We'd love to talk to you there as well. We hope everything's good with you guys. I sure love everybody that's here. I love you too, guys. Thank you for everything you're doing. God bless you guys, and to God be the glory.
God bless you, Cody. Thank you, Caleb.
Thank y'all.